movie watch, nothing I wouldn't recommend. I enjoyed it myself, and I might watch it again at some point. It's a possibility. Now, next up we have Dear Evan Hansen, which was nominated for Worst Screen Couple, Supporting Actress, and Worst Actor. Now, personally, I'm pretty excited to check this one out. I think it's going to score itself at least one Razzie, and I have not watched it yet. I know a little about it, but there are a lot of people panning it. And I'm honestly deciding whether or not I'm going to be watching Evan Hansen or Diane tonight. Because you see, one of my favorite YouTubers, Jenny Nicholson, she did about an hour-long deep dive into this trash that I haven't fully had the time to watch yet, and I'm sort of waiting to watch the movie first. But I also watched a little of someone else panning it. And they were making the very distinct claim that it was the worst musical they had ever seen. Worse than Cats, they said. And well, guys, I've seen some bad musicals. We've got an episode or two coming up on some bad musicals, and if this musical is that bad, if it is so much worse than Cats, as bad as this cat is claiming to be, well, I gotta see for myself. Is it the worst? It's a big claim to lay right there. And I think you all know that I'm down the minute you try and say this is the worst of anything. And that being said, the story sounds pretty sad. So I don't know if this is going to be another teeth grinder for me, but either way, I'm going to be checking it out. So we'll definitely see where it is at. And we'll talk more about it when it comes up at the award ceremonies. Infinite was able to score itself 3 nominations, reaching for that Golden Razzberry in the categories of Worst Supporting Actress, Worst Actor, and Worst Picture. And really, what a great list it's been. We've had musical, we've had horrors, we've had psychological thrillers, and now we get a Bourne Identity-style action movie with Mark Wahlberg starring as Brendan Fraser? Sign me up. I love these bad attempts at deep twist movies. There's really no way it could be more annoying to me than Tenet. Geez, how up your butt can you be about a movie concept? I get it. You're really clever. We'll just forget the whole plot holes, the self-starting time loop, the whole fact that nothing in the movie serves any other purpose than establishing that thing happened. No why I should care, just 2.5 hours of my life gone, and then wow, look at the neat idea we had. See, it works out in the end. And it's just yeah, you could have told me about the neat idea 2 hours ago, so we could have a fun movie. But no, we'd just rather force the brilliance of this concept down your throat for brilliance sake. It's just awe at our spectacle. Aren't we so awesome? Go team, go. And I particularly, I did not like Tenet. I did not care for it. It was not a great movie for me. The reveal at the end and everything working out was not enough sustenance to really pull me through such a long, dry process. Honestly, I'm pretty sure I'm going to like Infinite a lot more than Tenet. Because I'm just the kind of person that if I know it's going to fail, I can at least enjoy the ride down the mountain. Really, I think I'm going to enjoy most of the movies on this list, if not all of them. They're looking pretty great. And we've already had a lot of good ones that I've seen. So next we're on to The Woman in the Window. Yay! We get to watch what happens to Pam after Jim cheats on her. She loses her goddamn mind. So this movie scored 3 Razzie noms. 1 for Worst Amy Adams, 1 for Worst Woman in the Window, and 1 for Being Rear Window. If you can't tell, I'm looking forward to this one as well, because it looks fun. I have some expectations on a boring middle, and beginning, maybe ending. But in the end, I think it's going to be enough to draw me in, because I like bad Amy Adams. I'm excited for that. I want some bad Amy Adams in my life. I'm going to try and meter my expectations with this one, as I don't think it's going to provide the kind of spectacle that I generally enjoy, but one can always hope. That is, again, the fun of dumpster diving, after all. Hoping you find something functional. It's yeah, this industrial strength professional wave microwave doesn't quite work right. And sure, the door sticks. But who cares? Who cares if it turns on just as soon as you plug it in? Because it'll boil a gallon of water in under 30 seconds. Best microwave ever. Next we have Dangerous. Dangerous. Now this movie, it got 2 nominations. 1 for Worst Actor and 1 for Worst Supporting Actor. But honestly, as I watched the trailer, I didn't get high hopes for this one. Scotty Eastwood stars, but this movie looks a bit boring for my bad movie taste. The trailer makes this one look like Lighthouse, but with a Nazi sub, and honestly, if they end up hunting for Nazi gold, I'm not sure whether I'm going to be more interested or less. But to say the least, I haven't watched it yet. Going through an order of prominence, this one looks the least interesting to me. And one lone machine gun scene does not an action drama make. Whether or not these be Nazis, I think simply having Mel Gibson associated with Nazi technology brings the whole thing to a grinding halt. And Scott Eastwood is supposed to play a reformed sociopath. That's not a thing. That's not how that works. Just for hecks and grins, the definition of a sociopath is a person who has an enduring pattern of behavior characterized by disregard for and violation of the rights of others. I might still watch the movie. Just to, see how it is. Now, as we move on to Tom and Jerry, this one is another one that O'Hare and I watched. It scores Razzie nominations for both being a ripoff of itself and for worst screen couple. And well, we've watched this one. I enjoy it. I found it flawed in most ways. It minimalizes Tom and Jerry at large while also failing to use them effectively during what little screen time the two actually got. That's not to say that they're not in the movie most of the time, but for a movie named Tom and Jerry, they are not the focus. They're only the focus about a third or maybe a quarter of the time. The plot on this one, it's paper thin. It's hilariously thin, in fact, which is it's a little fun and it's a little funny, so I'll have to save you spoilers for the Razzie Awards ceremony themselves, because otherwise I will just spoil it in 2 sentences. It's, again, why I'm dancing around it. But yeah, big name actress with bad line delivery and an overall stupid story, making for a pretty fun bad movie night. Now next up is a movie I was unaware of up until today. That's my bad on that one, but I am pretty happy. Next up we have Twist. This one looks exciting to me, because whew! Okay. I start off the trailer for this one, and there are bad movies where I see a trailer, and I'm just instantly drawn in. I have an instant idea that this is going to be fun, and that's what I got with Twist. It is neon. It is bold. It is colorful. It is stupid. The concept is bad. It has too many things thrown on top of itself. I have no idea who actually came up with it. It looks like a Japanese manga came to life. Oh my gosh, this looks like so much fun. It's neon bright spray-painted futuristic modern-day action-themed Oliver Twist heist movie parkour rap musical coming-of-age drama. Yeah, that. Who doesn't want that? It just sounds so good. And we're not even to bother trying to switch races or make any kind of examination. We're just here to have fun. It feels like Scott Pilgrim got stuck in Mirror's Edge, and now we're gonna movie our way out of it. I'll be watching this one sooner than later, because really though, this one looks like that movie gold to me. This one looks more fun than even Diana, which looks to be so much fun. Diana really looks like a lot of fun to me. This could possibly be my big new movie for the year, as far as the new movie category of best bad movie coming out. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited to check out Twist if you haven't already. If you've already checked out Twist and it's either bad and you know that and you want to tweet at me at bad_among. Or if it's good bad and you're like, how have you not seen this yet? Tweet at me at bad_among. Or if you got a review for it that's 1 star or 5 star, tweet at me at bad_among. Let's get those reviews out, guys. Really though. Okay, so next up we have House of Gucci. Now House of Gucci, you got worst supporting actor, worst screen couple. You got one for Jared Leto. And one for Jared Leto in his stupid face. Again, this is just a great year for bad movies, at least for me. Because, technically, legally, I am required to love and adore Lady Gaga, and I feel it's high time we got a bad movie with her. We deserve a good bad Gaga movie. And I think this might be it. It looks to have a lot of promise. Adam Driver was a great choice to have opposite Gaga, mainly because he's a robot who wants to be a real boy but must abandon lightsaber duels to do so. It's very sad. Very difficult for Driver, but yes, I'm stoked for House of Gucci. And yes, I know, I'm aware of The Last Duel. Obviously, it's on this list. And I know that Driver likely thinks that that does not count as lightsaber dueling, but the North Star, I do not think, is so forgiving, and thus he will remain a robot for the 2022 calendar year. That is my prediction on his wish status with the North Star. But check up with Adam Driver to make sure. Tweet at Adam Driver to find out if he's still a robot or if he's become a real boy. Again, maybe next year he'll give up the sword fighting altogether. Just put down, here's some suggestions for Adam Driver. Put down the lightsabers. Put down the swords. Put down the knives. Put down anything resembling a blade. No, not a kendo stick. No, absolutely not. And you should know better. Not a wooden sword, not a bodukin. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, I apologize. But none of it, driver. I'm sure he would tell me. Don't tell me how to pronounce the sword. Just put the sword down. Put the sword down for the 2022 calendar year, and the North Star might take pity upon you and grant your wish fully and let you be a real boy, and then you can pick up all the lightsabers that you want. But, that being said, I'm glad that Adam Driver's in this. He was a terrible choice for it. And I'm stoked for House of Gucci. And here's a little extra House of Gucci trivia for you while I'm here. This movie's had some weird advertising methods. I was advertised this movie both on YouTube, and I've seen print ads and things like that for it. But while I was playing Hot Wheels Unleashed, I was gifted a free House of Gucci Hot Wheels limousine to race with, to promote the movie, to 9-year-olds, I guess? Or just to me specifically, because I don't know what other middle-aged gay man is playing Hot Wheels and looking forward to a Lady Gaga movie, but maybe there's more of us than I was aware. Maybe they're just really clever in advertising. But thanks, I guess. It's a crap card, but thanks, I guess I'll still take it. I'm looking forward to the movie. Alright, I get it. So, next up, we have Vanquish, which confirms what the world has known for years. That chicks look cool riding sports bikes. In the rain, in the dark, under streetlights, through alleys, chicks look cool riding sports bikes. We get it, okay? It manages to get a Razzie nomination for its indulgence in this. Whether it will secure Worst Actress, only time will tell. At least there's a Morgan Freeman character. Not sure who's actually playing him in this one, but he's there. And he'll make sure that everyone feels like they're in danger, but also knows that they're going to be safe in the end. Coming up, we have Midnight in the Switchgrass. I feel like we're getting down to the dirt with Midnight in the Switchgrass, because I just don't have a lot of reason to look forward to watching this one. I can get why some people would be interested. I mean, for everyone who enjoys watching people in various stages of motion travel through rain, or warehouses, or through tall grass, this is your pie. I guess my one big advantage with this movie is that I'm going to be low expectations going in. Even if it has a quarter of the amount of guy walking under fluorescent light that I expect it to have, I'm going to be pretty heavily upset. Not really looking forward to this one. And that's when we get to every last one of them. And every last one of them scores a nom for Worst Supporting Actress, and I think I can see why. Because this movie looks boring and stale. There is so no plot that when you try and look up the plot, no one can even put together more than 2 sentences about the plot to describe this movie. I mean, besides somebody going just scene by scene, like an obnoxious a-hole just describing every individual thing that goes on, which I don't know who would do that. Beyond that, there is no description of the plot, so unless you really want me to be like, oh, they're opening a door and they're this and they're that, the plot to this movie is nothing. A confrontation over water rights? A conspiracy involving, quote, a Chinatown derail big capitalism deal over water rights. Which makes you wonder what a Chinatown derail big capitalism deal is. Well, what does that mean? Because I've looked it up. Chinatown derail. Big capitalism deal. Just looking up Chinatown-derail, in quotes, or without the dash, will only bring up this movie. It's a nonsensical term that only exists here. So what are we trying to say? That there's a capitalistic deal over water rights that Chinatown messed up? I don't even begin to make comprehension of the one-sentence description of this stupid movie's plot. So no, I'm not looking forward to every last one of them. I tried to understand the plot for this movie for a moment, and it doesn't make any sense. You can search it up, but again, all you're going to get for this kind of Chinatown derail thing is either A, this movie, or B, actual train derailments. It's nonsense. Like, I might watch this movie, but I am not hoping for much. This is an eek for me. Next we have the Misfits, which, honestly, I do think this one looks fun. What we have here is another heist movie. I know, a lot of heists this year, a lot of heist movies. We're getting down to the bottom of the list, so there's no surprise the movies are losing a little bit